once a year. Here's one thing you can learn about me that I just learned about myself. I'm admittedly just came to terms with the fact that I run a little bit defensive. My therapist suggested that I start seeing her less, and I was like, what, am I not crazy enough for you now? Really? Do I have to be more dramatic? Like, you told me to be less dramatic. That's what I was here for. That's what I get for trying. Anyway, let's see. What else? I am defensive, though. I noticed it the other night because I had kind of a bad set, and I got angry, and I got in my car, and I threw my bag in the passenger seat, and the dashboard lit up and said airbag, and I said, who are you calling an airbag? I was like, oh, Zan, you got a problem. So, my therapist suggested that I print out an emotional wheel chart so that I can get in touch with my emotions, so I can label them, get in touch with them better. So, because apparently I've got angry and defensive down, but the rest are a little murky. So, I'm supposed to print it out, right? But that gives me printer anxiety. Thank you, because I have bad printer karma. Anyone else ever have to ask somebody? Raise your hand if you had to ask somebody to print something for you. Right? Because they never work. Why is it even called Best Buy when every time you leave with the worst buy? Like every time, right? Like I feel like printers are like relationships, because I can have one for about 6 months before it starts to break down. Right? They're like dating an alcoholic, because they go from fun to dysfunctional real fast. And I hang on to it for way too long. My problem is my expectations. Yeah, I rush into things too fast. I commit too quickly. Like this last one, I bought all this extra ink thinking this could be the one. They're complicated. They are. Like, what's the deal when they sound like they're going to print something, but nothing comes out? Right? The like, what is it, ghosting me now? Like, it's playing hide and seek or slow? I'm like, we're adults, let's work it out. What do you need? And side note, why do they have a fax machine? Why does a printer have a fax machine? Fax machines are so weird because they feel like the past and the future in one thing. Right? Like, you can send a document anywhere in the world, but you need a landline. Like, that's being able to have your very own rocket ship, but first you gotta crank it up at the base. It just makes no sense. So, anyway, so I have to print out this emotional wheel chart, and the same day I decided to do it, I also had a shipping label that I needed to print. Plug in the printer, pray, and I go, well, all right, I choose the emotional wheel chart first. It was rainbow colored, and I was like, let's just throw a Hail Mary, and I was supposed to have done it like 6 months ago. So I was like, all right, let's get on it. So I go to print it, and it works. I couldn't believe it. So immediately I press print on the shipping label. Nothing. It will not print in black and white. It will not print in blue and white. It will not print in red and white. It will not print from the box. It will not print with a box. It will not print, no ma'am, it will not print because I am Zan. Yeah, and I have bad printing karma. But at least I got the emotional wheel chart printed so that I could label the level of frustration that I was at the time, which was frustrated and bitter. A dash of hostile. Another thing you should probably know about me, if we're going to hang out, and let's do, is that I found out 5 years ago, I got my hearing tested, and I found out that I had severe hearing loss in both ears, and they prescribed for me hearing aids. Yeah. To explain to you hearing aids. Like, they're not like glasses. Like, I can't see, now I can. Eagle vision, wow, you're pretty. Well, with hearing aids, it's just not the same. You put them on and you just hear differently. Better, but differently. Like, to explain it, I could tell you that I feel like the way I hear is the same way a dog understands language. Like, I don't get every word, but I catch the vibe. So if somebody's like, hey, Flika Zika blanket woman, go to Alvima, I just nod my head a lot and I end up outside. And if you got a piece of cheese, I'll follow you anywhere. Coincidentally enough, my hearing aids pick up the same frequency as a bag of potato chips, and I'll come running. Yep. And so conversely, the same is true if somebody sounds negative and I hear this, oh, get your fucking kid on the box, and I'm like, oh, you do you, I'll stay here. That's all good. Please don't put me in the crate. Just look at them pathetically and hope there's a treat later. I'm very treat forward. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of how I hear. Another way to explain it is that my whole life is like one big game of Wheel of Fortune. Because I'm always trying to guess the phrase. So like this one time I was having a deep conversation with a friend, and he said, well, you know, polyurine stinks. Yeah. Sound like poly, many, urine, pee, stinks, smells. So I said, what? And he said, well, you know, follow your instincts. Oh! Yes! That is good info. I'll do that one. That's better than following where the pee smells. Polyurine stinks. I should have known that I had hearing loss at that moment, but it wasn't until a little bit later. Anyway, yeah, it's like one big game of Wheel of Fortune. Because I have to say what all the time in life. I say what all the time. So like if I had a spirit animal for my hearing loss, it would be a little John, because he's always going, who what? If I had a theme song for my hearing loss, it would be turned down for what? Yeah, okay, that was funnier when I thought of it. Thank you. I will say thank you for your support. I appreciate that. I will say that reading lips does help. I'm not fluent at it, so don't mess around with me after the show. I'm gonna know. But it helps when people are facing me for me to communicate with them. So this works. This is great. And this is especially great because we're in Los Angeles. So if you all want to talk about me behind my back after the show, I won't hear you. It's handy for me. It is weird though when women have lip fillers because I feel like they're yelling at me. And it's especially tough when they've got the lip filler and the Botox because their lips don't move and I'm back to square one. I can't understand this. This does not work for me at all. So don't do that if you don't have to. I will say as a comic, hearing loss works for me. Like all these other comics, they have to deal with all this anxiety. I don't have it. Because y'all can laugh, not laugh. Sounds the same to me. Do this with your shoulders, I'll notice. That would help a lot. Yeah. I guess it's good that it's, I can't hear you guys. Because I make up what's happening in here all the time. And tonight, I'm crushing it. Yeah, that makes me feel confident and courageous. So, why not? I can hear some, though. I can hear some. So you can talk to me after the show. I'll be able to communicate with you. I can hear some. I've got clients in my life that I've had for years. They never knew I had hearing loss. So you can invite me to hearing things like a concert, and I want to go because I want to be a friend and I want to be supportive. But if you invite me to your kid's recital, I will click them off because it's my prerogative. I can hear if I want to hear. It's my prerogative. Song jokes from 20 years ago, not this crowd. 20 years, probably. related, but when I first got my ears tested, it was at Costco. And that sounds like a very old person thing to say. Right? So I got them tested at Costco, and then I bought my hearing aids at Costco. Because why wouldn't you want to get your hearing aids at the same place where you can buy cheese in bulk? It's fine. I make good decisions. It's fine. Costco. What's wrong with Costco? Like, I know what I am. I am a middle-aged Costco baller. That's how I roll. An oversized grocery cart. Like, what? Turned down for what? Turned down for half price. Toilet paper. In bulk. That made me feel vulnerable and stupid. Alright, I will say that this hearing loss thing, it makes romance more difficult. Like, you can't pull a typical romantic move on me and grab me by the sides of the head or by the ears and make out with me because you'll hear the feedback go. Bit of a mood killer, that. But if you do clear that board and make it to the next level, pillow talk is super awkward. Yeah, like, you gotta be bold. Gotta be bold with a pillow talk. None of this. What? That feels good. What? That feels good. Ew, gross. Like, shut up. Don't talk about it loud. It's disgusting. I don't want to do anything now. Like, that doesn't work for me at all. You can't do pillow talk with me. You can't whisper sweet nothings, because that's exactly what they are. Nothing. Sweet to you, nothing to me. Yep, that makes me a real peach. Yeah, you can't whisper sweet nothings. That's just going to make me, let's see. I'm going to pick irritated and unfocused. Yeah, that's what I'm doing there. Anyway, I will say this, there are a few upsides to being, I don't know, what would I call it, hearing impaired. For one, let's see, I moved into a new place recently, and apparently the guy upstairs jumps rope every night at 9. I don't hear him, I just see the plants dance. It's kind of nice. What else? I drive an older car, and it's kind of loud on the highways when you get it up going at speed, but then I just click them off, and got that new car sound. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. What else? Oh, a lot of people paid money, good money, for noise-canceling headphones.